What's up guys, it's TheCasualAussie back again for another Digimon TCG deck profile on the channel. Today I have my blue ZeedGarurumon deck for you guys. ZeedGarurumon has actually been one of the decks I've wanted to build from set 4 for the longest time since I heard about the cards, since I saw the card, because I love the artwork. I love how ridiculous the effect is, and just being able to bash your opponent's Digimon is quite nice. I do love that effect. So I want to go around and build a deck around it for you guys. So here we are today. So let's just jump right into it because we have a bit to talk about. Anyway, starting off with the Digi-Eggs, I play 4 copies of Bukamon and finally 1 copy of Upamon. So Bukamon, when attacking, trash the bottom Digi-Evolution card when your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. And then we all know what Upamon does because Upamon's been a staple in blue for how long now, since the beginning of the game. When attacking once per turn, if your opponent has a Digimon without Digi-Evolution cards, draw 1 card. So it's just nice. You can get you can trash, you can get advantage. Bukamon is actually the better egg in this deck because this deck does not rely around trashing, it relies around bouncing actually, and I've just knocked all that out of line. I am not used to filming upside down like this, but sorry about that. But yeah, as I said, this deck does not rely on trashing sources at all, so being able to have Bukamon to do that for us in the early game when your opponent's trying to set up rookies and champions is quite nice. It can help mitigate some of the really annoying inheritable skills like Patamon's, if the Digimon's deleted by dropping the DP to 0, gain a memory, or it can annihilate some of the eggs like Digimon from Red, for example. So just being able to get some of those get rid of some of those troublesome eggs and rookies under your opponent's level 4 Digimon does come. It is quite nice, and then being able to get that draw from Upamon is, when it comes up, is also nice. Sometimes your opponent will actually have Digimon without no sources, so Upamon is always gonna be alive most of the time. Upamon's gonna be alive. But anyway, moving on to the rookies, I play 4 copies of Gaomon, 4 copies of the Garurumon from the starter deck. Then we have 2 copies of Vmon, and I've completely butchered how I'm setting this up. My bad. Okay, we'll move those there, those there. And then we have enough room to slide Vmon up here, okay. Sorry, that just threw off the pacing of the video entirely. 2 copies of Gomamon, and then finally 2 copies of the rare Garurumon from Booster Set 1. So let's talk about these cards. Yaomon, when this card's trash due to being used to activate the Digiburst effect, add it to your hand. It's just nice to be able to recur this card back. Digimon and ZeedGarurumon are Digiburst cards, so just being able to get this rookie back so you can use it to evolve up and get that extra draw, or you can use hard play it to memory lock your opponent is quite nice. This Garurumon, when attacking, trash the Digi-Evolution card at the bottom point of your opponent's Digimon with a level of 5 or less. Just being able to trash your opponent's Digimon sources can come up. This deck doesn't do it all the time, but having the option to with Bukamon and Garurumon when you need to is quite nice and honestly pretty good. 2 copies of Vmon, 0 cost to evolve into 3 to hard play. It's a rookie with jamming. It is absolutely disgusting. I would play 4, but I only have 3 of this card, which is honestly quite upsetting because no, I only have 2 of this card, sorry. It's quite upsetting because I would rather play 4 of this card because it is so broken. I'm really trying to hunt down 4 more of this card, but I'm in a place where we didn't get a lot of 1.5, so that has proved really difficult to do. I would definitely cut out the Gomamons for more Vmons if I had them. Speaking of Gomamon, it's just that 2-drop rookie. You don't really need 2-drop rookies in this deck, as you are just trying to get up and bounce your opponent's stuff back when you can with, as I said, Digimon or ZeedGarurumon. So that's really all they're here for. 2 Garurumon just to, it's a hard play, get a draw card. It does help you get advantage. I would I like 2 of this and then 4 Vmon, 2 of that, and get rid of Gammon. It's really just the Vmon that I'm upset that I'm not able to get a full set of, because Vmon is absolutely disgusting. But yeah, having substitutes to play in his place is quite nice. They do make Garurumon does make a fine substitute, and honestly, a lot of the rookies in blue don't really do a lot for me, so that's why I'm playing Garurumon, just because I'll lock your memory out. Anyway, moving on to the champions, I play 4 copies of Grizzlymon, 4 copies of Gorillomon, 2 copies of Turbulmon, the new blue from Sephiroth, and also 2 copies of Lobomon. So Grizzlymon, it's just the blocker of the deck. Blue doesn't actually have a 1-cost blocker. I assume we are getting that in the all 4 starter deck. I assume that's where we would probably get that. So it's not a bad thing. 2 cost evolve into blocker ain't bad. It's 6k, so it does hold up against the 5k block is a lot better. And yeah, holds up against a lot more stuff, actually. And with Gorillomon, it's the Dark Tyrannomon, just 1 cost of evolve into. Always good to have that in the deck. Turbulmon is also a 1 cost of evolve into champion, but it is a 3 to hard play as well. Only 3k DP, which is why we only played 2 of it, but it does come up. When it comes up, it does come up. And then finally with Lobomon, you may digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your blue tamers, and a card that tamer is a level 3 Digimon. We do play tamers in this deck, and being able to just get an extra body on board from one of our tamers is quite nice, especially if the tamers are just clogging up space. Just being able to use the tamers you don't need to get more advantage is something I will happily do all the time. Yeah, that's really all I have for these guys. Blue tamer. Actually, digivolving onto a tamer is kind of broken. But anyway, moving on to the ultimates. I play 4 copies of Galgamon, 3 copies of Beastmon. I'm not too sure how to pronounce this. And then finally 2 copies of Beowulfmon. So with Galgamon, Digiburst 2, return one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon to its owner's hand. Trash all the cards underneath it. That's really all it's here for. And Digiburst 2, it is not a once per turn, so you can get this off multiple times. It's just a really great card. 3 to evolve into, 8 to hard play, and it also has the security effect. While you have the tamer and play this Digimon, gets plus 2000 DP during your turn. Does come up sometimes, which is really good, especially since blue can be a little on the weaker side, especially the megas, depending. Yeah, I love this card, man. It's a great 4 of. You can get the Galmon back from this. So yeah, as I said, it's amazing, and this deck is all about bouncing, as I said. So why not play 4 of a card that bounces? And then we have Basemon. It's just a 2 cost 7 to hard play, 2 cost level 5 to evolve into. You do want to get up to your megas pretty quickly, so just having this to speed up the process is quite nice. Especially if you start your turn on 3, you're up to an ultimate by in turn, and then you just evolve into a mega, and yeah, you're good to go for next turn, barring your mega lives. It's just a way to speed up the evolution process. But anyway, with Beowulfmon has jamming, which is quite nice. It is really nice to have just cards with jamming. They don't get deleted by security Digimon, and that can honestly be pretty brutal keeping these guys on board. But anyway, with Beowulfmon, also during your opponent's turn, while this Digimon has a Digivolution card that includes a hybrid or a tamer, your opponent can't attack this Digimon, and most of the time you will be trying to actually get a tamer under this guy. If you can, we do have ways to with the Lobomon, but just having Beowulfmon to have jamming and be able to be unable to be attacked keeps an extra body on board longer, which is what this deck really wants to do. Anyway, moving on to the 6s, I play 4 copies of the ZeedGarurumon, and then 4 copies of, Regalicusmon. It's not Regulus because it's Regal Ecusmon. We'll just call it Regal Ecusmon, I guess. But anyway, with ZeedGarurumon, when Digivolving Digiburst 2, return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to its owner's hand, trash the Digivolution cards under it. Unfortunately, does not trash Megas, but hey, it trashes returns stuff level 5 and below, so you don't have to worry about your opponent getting out Megas, because by the time you get to ZeedGarurumon, they will be unable to stop you from... They'll be unable to play their Megas, because you'll have this guy to trash all your opponent, to bounce your opponent's stuff, trash everything under it. They lose tons of advantage, and all that time setting up, you still have a big 12k body on the field. It is quite nice. It really is quite nice. And then with Regalicusmon, actually I almost passed over this guy for the Metal Garurumon from the starter deck for a bit more aggression, or the I was even going to try the Metal Garurumon from BT1 and try a slightly different build with stuff like I forget what I was going to try now, but I was going to try more of an aggressive style build. But I know, I love Regalicusmon, because when attacking, trash the bottom card of one of your opponent's Digimon, and when you do, you draw a card and gain a memory. Like, okay, this is a common for blue from set 4. This card is insane. The fact you can get so much advantage of this card, it's an extra card, it's an extra memory when attacking, it is insane. It is absolutely insane. Just trashing something, then getting all this advantage. Like, there's no way I would play any less than 4 in this deck. I love ZeedGarurumon. I love Regalicusmon. I will probably be building a deck around Regalicus at some point in the near future, so do keep an eye out for that. But yeah, like, just bouncing stuff from your opponent all day, every day. That's all you want to do. I mean, we do not play Omnimon in this deck because I wanted to try and keep this deck relatively budget, because it is supposed to be a more fun deck. But that does not excuse me for putting Omnimon in the Gallantmon build. But hey, this is my deck and my channel. I can do what I want. Anyway, moving on to the option cards. Just 4 copies of Hammerspark. Do not have any room for Cocytus Breath, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would probably play 1 or 2 of that to go with the theme of bouncing your opponent's cards back to their hand. But Hammerspark is just amazing for that free memory, and it can end your opponent's turn if it comes up, which is why I like it at 4. Would not play any less than 4 Hammersparks in any blue deck. But anyway, moving on to the final card and the tamer. I played 3 copies of Davis. It's a memory tamer for blue, so at the start of your turn, if you have 2 or less memory, set your memory to 3, so that really does help out, especially in blue of all decks. Blue, like, there aren't a lot of good generic blue decks out there. I think the best are All Force Dramon and Imperial Dramon, which are 2 decks I do want to build in the future. I think I have everything I need for at least one of them, but that's a topic for a different video. Anyway, with Davis on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 blue and 1 green card among them to your hand, place the remaining on the bottom of the deck in any order. We don't play any green cards in this build, but that is completely fine. With Digimon, you resolve as much of the effect as possible, which, compared to a game like Yu-Gi-Oh!, I love that. I love how it's just resolve as much as possible with this game. I really do. And the best thing about Davis is that it works really well with the Lobomon, because you only really need 1 of these memory tamers at a time. So if you do have multiple out, you can still evolve 1 into Lobomon, and you'll still have that another on field just to keep gaining your memory. And that's really only why you play 2 Lobomon, because you don't want to cover up all your memory tamers. If you can leave 1 on the field and you'll still be good, because you really only need to it for the memory, and then once you play another one, you get that search, and yeah, as I said, Lobomon it up, and you'll still have another Davis on board to gain memory from. But anyway, that is going to bring me to the end of the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to let me know what decks you want to see in the channel, on the channel in the future, and I will try my best to actually make these decks happen. There's a link to my Twitter down in the description box below, so follow me on there for more updates and uploads. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here for now, so until next time, stay frosty.